Hi everyone, welcome to Tammy's recipe time again. Today we're going to be making apple crumble muffins. They're very good. For the crumble you will need 6 tablespoons of flour, 1.5 cups, For the crumble you will need 6 tablespoons of flour, 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And then for the apple muffin batter, you'll need 2 1/4 cups, which equals about 3 small apples. Peel them, core them, and chop them. I've already done mine. Give you an idea. And a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, which is optional, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 2 large eggs kept at room temperature, 3/4 cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of room temperature milk, and 1/2 cup of melted butter, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we will begin. So I'm going to let you pause while you get your stuff and then put it back on and we'll get started. So we're going to make the crumble first, and it says to mix the flour, sugar, and cinnamon in a small bowl, and those were, in case you forget, 6 tablespoons of flour, 1/4 cup and a tablespoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 3 tablespoons of melted butter will come afterwards. So let's make sure. First we're putting our 6 tablespoons of flour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A 1/4 cup and a tablespoon of sugar. So we got the tablespoon of sugar. So you mixed all those ingredients up for the crumble. Just mix it all up. You get your cinnamon all in there with the flour and the sugar. And then you're going to pour the melted butter, which was 3 tablespoons of butter, pour it right in. And slowly mix it with a fork. And if it forms a whole dough, that's okay. You are taking small and large pieces to be used to set aside. So just mix it all up until it makes like a dough. Okay, so you're gonna have heated your oven. I put my oven to 375. So if you want to put your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, just so that it'll be ready, and line your 12 muffin tins and set aside. I grease mine, but you don't have to. Place your chopped apples in a small bowl and coat with lemon juice and set it aside. So I've already done that. And then mix the flour, baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt in a large bowl and set aside. So go ahead and do that. Flour we have, so you get your 2 cups of flour and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Optional to put your pinch of salt. I just pinched it in there. Okay, so you got your flour, your cinnamon, your nutmeg, and your baking powder in the bowl. And you're gonna mix it all together and set it aside. So we'll mix it all together. Make sure it's all mixed good. Okay, so you got all your... Okay, so you have your dry ingredients all put together and put aside, except for your sugar. So now we're gonna take the 3/4 cups of sugar and your 2 eggs, your 2 large eggs, room temperature, put them together. And then we're going to mix them for a minute until combined well. So everybody knows how to mix, so I'm going to put it off while I mix it up so it's not loud for you, and then I'll be right back. So we get the wet dry ingredients set aside. We get the 3/4 cups of sugar and the 2 eggs done with the mixer. And now we're gonna add in the butter, the vanilla extract, and the milk. Make sure your butter is melted and mixed. So we get the butter and the milk. We need the vanilla extract. So you mix in your teaspoon of vanilla extract. So you're going to pour your dry ingredients into the wet ingredients and mix until just combined. So mix your wet into the dry, sorry. And just until combined. And then after that, we're going to fold in the apples. So we'll get all the wet ingredients out of here. So right now we're just mixing the wet and dry together until we get them mixed in. You don't want to over mix it, just make sure everything's wet. And then pour your apples in. You don't want to over mix it because then they won't be dense. You want them to be, or they'll be, yeah, so that you'll have light muffins instead of dense muffins, sorry. So the apples, you're going to pour in the apples with the lemon juice and mix it together until they're all mixed into the batter. And then we're going to divide the batter into the 12 tins. So I got them all in the tins, and now you're going to take that crumble that you made at the beginning and just crumble it over your muffins. Don't be shy. You get lots of crumble. It's very yummy. It's going to make a good extra to those muffins. What I've done in the past too is I take part of this crumble and I put it underneath so that there's crumble on the bottom and on the top, but this time I just put it on the top. So you can keep doing that until they're all full of crumbles. And then we're going to bake it. Get all the crumbles on, bake it for 22 to 25 minutes. And how you'll know that they're done is you're going to put a toothpick in the center and it'll come out dry, not wet. So go ahead and do that and I'll be back with the finished product. Okay, this is them before they go in the oven, and let's see what they look like when they come out. So now we took the muffins out of the oven. We'll let them sit for about 10-15 minutes to cool off before you place them on a cooling rack, and then enjoy. Leave in the comments what you thought about them, and I'll see you again on Friday. If you have any recipes that you want me to make, go ahead and let me know. And they are done. They look good. Let me know in the comments what you think.